Oh, less than 10 seconds to go to live chat. That's gotta be some kind of record. But nobody's here, so it doesn't really matter. 2 people have thumbed, but nobody is watching. That feels like lies, YouTube. YouTube is clearly lying to me because Steve is here and talking, but yet YouTube thinks that nobody's here. Good work, YouTube. Gretchen's here too. So YouTube needs to get their poop in a group as whatnot. North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association. Welcome, North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association. Thanks for coming. I'm not going to do any wiffle balling. Can you grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit? I don't know what that even means. I know who Lamar Jackson is. I don't know what a Lamar Jackson edit is. So no. I like that the North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association is here. How are things going in the North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association? Big picture thinking is also here. So, now YouTube says there's a couple people here. Just whatever. Can I put my hand on the camera? Well, yeah, I guess. Why do you want me to do that? Is this just like get Mike to do stuff? Show? Is that what's happening? 4-0. We have 8 teams this year. Who's 4-0 then? Are you 4-0 in the league with 8 teams? Wiffle ball? Nope, that's pickleball. Wiffle ball is the one with the little scoopies, right? The scoops. It's kind of like high-a-lie, except not that. The little hand, you hold it and it's got the scoop on it, and the ball has holes in it, right? Eric Cuppa's here. Yeah, I'm the manager, and my team is 4-0. So you don't play? You're just the manager? You're the manager of the association, and your team that you play on is 4-0. It's all coming together. You guys feel a little foggy. That was probably pleasant for you. You own the league? Is it? What does that mean? You own the league. Does the league make money for you? Usually, associations are nonprofit societies of some kind. Or, I don't think you should be able to call yourself an association if it's a money-making. Like if it's a business. I don't know how a wiffle ball association would make money. I guess from membership fees. Is wiffle ball an outdoor? It's an outdoor on a field, right? Am I right with the scoopies? Tim's here. Paul's here. The wrenches. Look out. The wrenches have joined us. Some of them. You get donations for the field and jerseys. Sweet. Are we in need of moderation? Not yet. We're keeping an eye on this wiffle ball fella, though. The wrench. This wrench is tired. Lots of work in the shop and yard today. I saw that. Bunch of guitars and yard work. And templates for a friend of yours up in Canada. Do we need to go through the list of things that are going in the box again? Peckerwood Customs is here. 4 Strat bodies. Well, I don't know who's going to make those because you ain't. Got my Henry Christopherson Anderson pretzels. Is this brand new? This is brand new. Hey. Tim needs a walnut Strat body. With specifics. Might have to cut a box to minimize size. You do what you got to do. Tim can make, Paul can make you one, but it'll look like a Telecaster. And also, what's a wiffle ball? Are you making fun of the spelling? Because I wanted to make that. I wanted to say that, but I think maybe that's how they spell wiffle in the States, the U.S. Because I think in Canada we do LE. Use a plastic bat and a ball. It's like baseball. Oh, so yeah, it's like baseball, except the ball. I've seen with the funky pitches where the pitches can like do lots of, because the ball's got holes. That's right. It's the same kind of ball that you use in the Scoopy game with the scoops. I believe that is a wiffle ball. Is the little plastic ball with all the holes in it. It's on purpose. Oh, you spelled it that way on purpose because North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association spelled correctly was already taken? Yellow plastic ball with slotted holes on one hemisphere. It's only half slotted? I learned. Look at I come here to learn. That's what I always say. I'm here to learn. Oh, it's only half holes. Okay. That would make it move a lot. Unfortunately, you guys have to play that game in northern Michigan. Oh, burn. I heard Michigan's lovely. They got right. What's a polite way to say it? Their football fans are something else. But We can get called an association because we get donations from businesses for gear. Like, well, oh yeah. Scaled back variation of baseball was developed in 1953. Fairfield, Connecticut. Good old Fairfield. Originally, it was intended to be played in confined space or otherwise small area. Thanks, Chat GPT, Paul. I imagine. He's North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association as my alt account. Actually, that's Pinnell's Reddit username. North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association. Now I want to buy a wiffle ball bat and ball. I want to play the Scoopy game. What's the Scoopy game called that uses the ball with the holes in it? I remember when we were kids, you guys maybe didn't have that. There was the Scoopies with the holy ball, and you threw that, and then it was like a handheld Scoopy. No, not lacrosse. Not High-Lie, but kind of like High-Lie, except High-Lie you would like wear it on your wrist. But this was just like a little handheld Scoopy thing, and the wiffle ball, and you threw it and caught it. I don't know if there was an actual sport involved, like a dog thrower toy. Yeah, kind of like a little dog chucker thing, except not that. A little plastic scoop. Are you on Top Chat? No, I'm on All Chat. I did it like 7 seconds in. I was under 10 seconds before I remembered, Gretchen. If you showed up on time, you would have known. Because it was like the first thing I said. So, oh, look at me remembering. That's okay that you were late. You good old pick and pass. Is that what it was called? Oh, there's a little Scoopy, plastic Scoopy thing that you hold. Is the official name for it is pick and pass? It's just called Scoop Ball Game on Canadian Tire's website. Okay. Is it a Canadian game? Like, do they have it in other places? Seems like they should come up with a better name for it. Scoop Ball Game. That's a little on the nose. So you're just ignoring me. Clearly, I'm not ignoring you. I'm literally reading your things out loud. Are we fighting? I just Googled it. Fiber hijinks. Just Googled it and there's 8 different names for it. Okay. I'm going to call it Charles. It's now called Charles. Opening day, June 18th. You don't have opening day, June 18th. It's the 21st. You had it. Welcome, by the way. It gets that way here. Sure, it's not High-Lie. No, it's not. But I think it's probably modeled on that. Except it's like for kids, I think. It's like a kid's version of High-Lie where people don't die. Not like Lawn Darts. Lawn Darts was a game where people died. Man, That was not a kid's game. A game of Charles. Yeah, you guys want to play a game of Charles? Go get your scoop. And in Quebec, they'd call it Charles. That's what I mean. I know it's a thing that's going to happen, though. If you type things, I will read them, and I will tell you when they are wrong. You compete against the North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association. Spelled right. No, I don't think that he does. I think they compete against the South Michigan Wiffle Ball Association and the Minnesota, the Wisconsin Wiffle Ball Association. Still have a set of lawn darts. Hey. Yo-ya toys, scoop ball. Kurabi scoop ball game, scoop ball and toss. It's called Charles. Shut up. Keeltronics is here. We have a bunch. Wait, we have a bunch of our own. Nope. Yeah. Teams that we made of 10 people composed of good players in Northern Michigan. Do you play against the Wisconsins? I was only annoyed with Popwood when it happened in what? What? I gotta scroll back. Oh, I was annoyed. Matt's here. I was annoyed when Popwood had a project with lawn darts about 3 years ago. Why did that annoy you? I was only annoyed with Popwood. In my neighborhood, there's a lot of lawn signs advertising Dodge arrows. Apparently, it is what it sounds like. Dodge arrows. I get it. I get it. No, never heard of them. We're just being funny. You're missing all the inside jokes from previous events and shows. They're not going to make sense to you. We're not making fun of you. We're making reference to humorous discussions that have already happened that you don't understand because you weren't here for those. It's going to keep happening too, probably, just so you know. It's purposely spelled that way so you get more attention. So people can tell you that it's spelled wrong and you can be like, yeah, but at least you're talking about it. Dodgeball, but arrows. Oh, I think we had a company doing that here, where it's like foam tipped arrows in a gym, and it was it looked cool. It looked fun. Go back and watch all the back catalog. That's right. Benel's got a good point. You just got to go back and watch all the episodes so that you're up to date on the jokes. It should not take you very long. Generally, well, sometimes they ran a little bit long, but you probably only have about 1,000 hours of episodes to go through. Tim started the restoration of my egg beater drill. I have a donor for parts. Can't remember. Nope, you didn't. The last I heard is you were waiting to send me back my plane because you were looking for parts for the egg beater drill. Are you from Michigan? I have never even been to Michigan. Maybe we popped across real quick one time when I was in Southern Ontario. Can you imagine watching this live show when it's not live? People do that. People do that. I swear to God, I'm not even like, because the numbers of views on this thing, it tells me how many people watched it live, and then there's like an overall view count that is higher than that. So there are people that watch this after. But I used to do that with Mark and Nicole, because I would never be available to watch it live. I would watch those after. Oh, Andrew McGee's here. Cousin of Tits. Don't want to make 2 shipments. Yeah, I don't blame you. I am on the west coast of Canada. A little town called Campbell River on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. Sometimes replay live shows for some people as background noise. Yeah. Well, and I mean, this is a fantastic thing to have on for background noise because of how awesome the show is. It just in general, like, it's just a great thing to just have on in the background, like at all times. Got to go get jerseys and prep the field for tomorrow. See, you probably will come back tomorrow. It's only Saturdays. We do it on a weekly. It's not a, oh, could you guys imagine this being every day? No, Saturday nights. But yeah, come on back. You seem okay. Not like weird in the bad way. Sometimes there's weird in the bad way peoples that show up, and we don't like them. We like people that are weird in the correct way. Matt watched a bunch of old videos last night. The sharpening station cabinet thing. Yeah, he asked me on Patreon. He asked me at patreon.com/wooden things and stuff for some information, and I directed him to that information. When he asked me that at patreon.com/wooden things and stuff. Waiting for Shaker Cabinet Part 2. Yeah, you and me both. I don't know that it'll ever happen, honestly. It just needs doors and drawers. I've fallen asleep in my chair watching YouTube and woken up with one of your lives playing. Thought I was having a nightmare. No, you thought you were having the best dream of your life. Is what you thought. Mark and Nicole is more like a podcast with Q&A. Yeah, because they're not as much fun as me. They take themselves too seriously. See you next week. All right, later. Your song today was pretty good. I'll take it. Enjoyed the playing and lyrics. Couldn't hear you, though. Somebody else said that. He said the vocals need to be higher. It's like, I don't know about that. Probably why I enjoyed it so much. Probably. Bye. Happy stopped in. It is a good live. You see, North Michigan Wiffle Ball Association. His first time, and he already knows that it is awesome. Steve plays chess while listening to the live show. Okay. Does it help? Should move your rook there. Send you a message through Facebook or Instagram regarding strap body. He actually is probably serious. Want to build a Schecter Dream Machine like they used to make back in the day. All right. The storage would probably be nice. I mean, it's already storage. It already works as, like, it's where I keep all my bowl blanks until it overflows with bowl blanks. Drawers couldn't be the worst thing to do. No, I mean, it's not that far away from being done. I fall asleep with YouTube on most nights, and I wake up with this live show playing frequently due to autoplay moving on. I appreciate that every time you do that, I get 4 cents, 0.4 cents, give or take. Sean McGill's here. I was listening to Crowbar Band when your video popped up. So I went from Crowbar 30th anniversary video to your song. I don't know who that is, but I'm probably better than them. Vocals definitely need to be louder. Well, I think some would disagree, but I appreciate it. I mean, it's just us. It's just the three of us in a garage. Like, we're not. It'll be what it'll be. We can adjust levels and stuff a little bit in the recordings, but we actually are trying. Well, we're not really trying. We want to figure out how to route things out of the mixing board and into the recording software as individual channels instead of just one. Because we get everything mic'd and it all goes into the mixing board and we can adjust levels on the mixer, but then it goes from the mixer into the recording software as just one. So we want to figure out if, and if so, how, to make it go from the mixer into multiple channels over here so that we can adjust levels after the fact. Always catch you on a work break. Jonathan James. Usually one involving food and somehow almost exactly every other week. Well, appreciate you stopping by. Just went and looked at the thumbnail of your video from today. Well, yeah, you're not going to watch it. We know that. The angle last time was better. Well, yeah, it wasn't, though. The angle on that side is actually better because the angle that shows Mikey B has, like, extension cords and shit hanging into it. I didn't like it. You mean the three of you aren't in a studio? No. Where are you going to hang your wooden album? Not sure if that's a burn or... You have a Mac. Nope, I don't. Well, I do. But there we don't. I can do that kind of mixing in Ableton. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of getting the right plug-in, I think, for the computer to recognize the mixer itself. What software? We're fancy. And we are using Audacity as our software because it's the one that I am the most familiar with. Buy a Tascam Model 24. Don't tell me what to buy. If the answer is spend more money, then unfortunately that is not a thing. I mean, I do spend money, but you need the right capture hardware. Your face needs a capture hardware. I bought more lathe accessories. That a guy? Gotta slow down. No. Mikey B is the coolest band member. It's all an act. See, you don't actually know him as a dude. You know the things that he types It's all just make believe. He's just putting on a persona when he's here. Tim, you're in New York. Are you thinking of going to Plain Wellness Hand Tool Haven thing? Plain Wellness Hand Tool Haven thing. I don't know what that is, but it sounds good. I would go to that. Just ordered a Doug Thompson half-inch bowl gouge. Sweet. I don't have any Doug Thompsons. Can't believe you have the audacity to use Audacity. Like I said, it's the one that I am the most familiar with, so I've just never bothered to learn another one. Also familiar with Audacity. It's free, it's relatively user-friendly. I'm trained on it. It does what I need it to do, or it always has. I know you have one. I don't have a Doug Thompson anything. I have a Crown Pro. I have a couple of one-way gouges. I have a couple of Easy Wood Tools things. I have a couple of like no-namer Lee Valley Economy. I don't know who makes them, tools. Coolest looking band member. Well, that's it. I'm gonna tell Seth. Tell Seth. You don't think he's cool looking or something? No, I thought you quit and turned it over to Tim and Paul. He's not allowed to quit. I mean, I guess he could quit by just never showing up again. But I mean, it's not like he actually does his job when he's here anyway. At AAW, I looked at a few of the simpler aluminum handles with clear rubber on them. For the price, it's good, but I will wait until I really want any tools without handles and then pick a handle. I found a cat claw acacia tree that was struck by lightning. Oh, neat. Have you seen the other band members? Have you seen them? You're trying to quit for 3 years. You're not trying very hard. He's like, if I just keep taking more and more vacations, eventually I'll get fired. But he won't. ChatGPT says you can record separate channels on Audacity. Yeah, but only if it can record them, fine, sure. But I need my mixer to be able to feed the signal out as individual channels. If what's coming out of the mixer into the computer is only feeding one signal, it's only going to be one channel. You need multiple input devices, one for each channel. The mixer is just one channel for Audacity. These are just words now, like Audacity is pretty good, but I use Reaper. It's cheap. Well, cheap is not free. If you use a Tascam Model 16 or higher, you can connect directly to Reaper. You know what else? Buy a better mixer. It's a pretty decent mixer. It's not a terrible mixer. What mixer are you using? It is a Mackie something Pro. FX Pro. Something 16 FX Pro. Audacity can do many tracks. How does the mixer get the audio to the computer? Through a cable. It boils down to this is not a software issue, it's a hardware issue. Your face is a hardware issue. Maybe the mixer can't do it. I don't know how. Even if it could, I just don't know how. Mine is a top of the line KitchenAid. That's better than my Mackie. LJ lol. Oh, Pebcac. I agree. This whole discussion is Pebcac. It's a user issue. Yeah, that's Seth's fault. Seth is the user. He's the one making all the connections to things. Does the mixer have a USB connection? I would assume that's how it gets to the computer. Yes. In fact, I know for a fact that's how it gets to the computer. It only has one input thought. You only have one input thought. USB or 3.5 millimeter audio. It's a USB to the computer. You can find out this information about the mixer if you want. You just look it up. I would have to know exactly what kind. It's a FX2. It's a Mackie something Mackie Pro FX V2 16 Pro FX V2. What, some order or another of those. Well, check with Mackie and see if they have software that can decider the signal. You check with Mackie. I don't really care that much. I mean, I would like for it to do what I want it to do. Not enough to put effort in. You guys want to put effort in, you go right ahead. I did look it up. Oh, Pinnell's doing research. I don't know what cable you're using to get the sound out of the mixer. Could be using a headphone jack and plugging into the mic port on the PC. No, it's a USB going into the PC. Because I know this for a fact, because when I go into the drop down about how would you like Audacity to record, the audio input drop down, I have to pick the USB codec as the option so that it comes from the mixer instead of just from the computer itself. USB audio codec is the tab that I have to pick. Big Mex Woodworking. What up? We're talking about audio equipment today. and recording software and mixing boards. And for a while, we were talking about wiffle ball and Charles. A game that I played as a child. Mackie Pro FX 16v2. There it is. Typically cannot output all 16 channels individually. Typically outputs a stereo mix 2 channels, or it can be configured to output 2 submixes. Those are just words. I feel like I should drive up there with some recording gear. I have enough to worry about. Maybe when you bring the cello. What else you want to donate to the Mike's Wooden Things and stuff? Well, you bring me a new mixing board, I'll put frets in your bass. I'm eating beef ravioli and Dr. Pepper. That sounds good. You're just having the 2 ravioli though? Ah, get it? Love the wall behind you. Thank you. I made it myself. I didn't make the wall. You know what I mean. To record more than 2 channels from the mixer into a DAW, you would need to use a separate audio interface with more inputs. Well, then I guess it's not a thing. 3 raviolis. Still a bit plain. Oh, I wish I could say that one hadn't been done. But I'd be lying. Oh, hey. Look what's up there. A new box of Cabba rack in it. Cabba Cubby Cabanoxubby. That's the next build video. The Cabanoxubby up on the wall. Gotta start putting your box together this week. Still have to get the Mexican Coke. And the Rockler magnet dust port fitting things. And the what else? Is that your finish storage? It's not finish, it's spray things. I mean, there is some finish in there, but it is spray cans. So spray paint, lacquer, spray lubes. I think there's like a bow shield in there. Mostly spray paint and lacquer. If it's got a pss, pss on the top of it, that's where it goes. Telly templates, hot Japanese, no wait, hot chip, yes. Japanese plain, yeah. Electric bending tool, I forgot about the electric bender dealy. Radius block, yes. Mexican Coke. Angle tool sticker. It's the angle tool sticker. Oh, he's tried again. Telly templates, hot chip, Japanese plane, electric bending tool, radius block, Mexican Coke, angled tool sticker. I don't remember the angled tool sticker. Contemplating ordering pizza. Yep. Little Domino's and Little Caesars. I mean, never order Little Caesars. Little Caesars, if you're gonna eat Little Caesars pizza, just drive up to the door, ask them what they have that's already made, and just take it and go. Just you'd never order Little Caesars pizza. It's not worth. Just pay them for the cheap one that they've already got sitting there. Because the one that they're gonna make for you special because you ordered it is not any better than the one that's already sitting there. Angle bowl turning. The curvy. Yes. Okay. Now and a sticker. It's not an angled tool sticker. It's yes. Okay, I get it. It's the curvy, the Allen key corner scraper thing. If it is cheaper, I don't know. They're both super busy and never have pizzas ready. The Little Caesars doesn't? I think they're supposed to. It's always an hour wait. You need to move. An hour wait for garbage pizza? That's nonsense. Jonathan James wishes he could get pizza. Well, you could if you weren't at work. Plus a few wood blanks. And probably some farts. You probably put some farts in there. I bet it. I bet you will. Are you going to get in trouble for shipping me a Mexican Coke? Is it like contraband or something? You're going to have to check a box that says like dangerous liquids. I should have got pizza too. I got out of work late and I stopped for Coke Zero and I started the show. So I'm having peanut butter pretzels. And after the show, I might like just fry up a couple of hot dogs or something and go to bed. When was the last time you cooked on the show? Wasn't that long ago. It was butter chicken wrap night. Maybe 3 weeks ago. Corn dogs. Hey, there you go. Mikey B had pizza tonight too. How you doing? Mikey B, I don't know if you were here, but Pinnell thinks that you're the coolest looking band member or whatever. He was complaining about the camera angle in today's video. Well, in today's thumbnail, because he doesn't watch the videos. But in the thumbnail, he could tell that the camera angle was pointing the other way. And he was like, the last one was better because it had Mikey B in it. And I said, I'm going to tell Seth. Did not wait an hour. Yeah. 14 minutes is about right. With Domino's, what'd you get? You guys are like right around the corner from Panago. Did you get the good pizza? Good pizza. It's more expensive, but I mean, you're right around the corner from Pizza Hut too, but don't do that. That's the worst. Like you might as well just pick up something off the side of the road. Just go down to the local mechanic and just pick up some greasy rags. Just eat them. My Pizza Hut closed. Well, that's sad because last place I had lunch with my dad. Okay, okay, that would be sad. Boo, Seth. Yay, me. Yeah, see, you got Panago. Picked it up to save paying $10 for the 45-second delivery drive. Yeah, you could have walked there and back. From what I've read, I can send you the Mexican Coke. Okay. An hour and a half drive from pizza. That sucks. There's a very small wood fire oven. And 2 old guys and Mikey B. I'll punch you. Your face is a... Walk there and back? No, okay, you could. You're not gonna, but you could. Nah, you got a little bit of a... You can walk back. I don't know if you can walk there. You get somebody to drop you off, and then you can walk to your house from Panago while you're eating the pizza. Our Pizza Hut just brought back the buffet. See there, I had to see that. That I would go for. It's shit to order it from them. But if they just had them all out on the buffet thing, I remember Pizza Hut buffets. They probably would have to, these days they would charge you like $90 or something stupid for a Pizza Hut buffet. Doesn't it seem like all of even the cheap garbage food takeout places are like, I went to KFC. I did a drive-through for a Big Crunch combo just a couple of days ago. Big Crunch combo with a poutine instead of fries. 17 something. $17 and something cents. I'm like, damn, I'm not coming here very often. That's for damn sure. Ever been to a CC's? If that's short for something, you're going to have to tell me what it is. Chuck E. Cheese? Is it a Chuck E. Cheese? Because yes, I have been at Chuck E. Cheese. Nearest sit-down Pizza Hut to me is about 75 miles away. The 2 of us ate for like $30 for the buffet. So 30 American bucks, I guess, right? And And that's, yeah, you could, if you can keep going back for that I would do. $15 for, yeah. I mean, I paid $17 for a big crunch combo. 17 isn't bad. McGill. That's the type of attitude that lets them get away with it, my friend. Expecting you to say 40. One big crunch sandwich, the spicy big crunch, obviously. A poutine and a root beer. 17 motherfucking dollars. Pizza Ranch makes all other pizza look doesn't. So don't go there. That's good to know. Pizza Hut has all but pulled out of Australia, I think. Only one in Brisbane now, and I wouldn't drive there anyway. That's where Scotty Scott is. CC's Pizza had a huge buffet with all kinds of pizza, even dessert pizza. There was dessert pizza at the Pizza Hut one when I was back in the day when they had the Pizza Hut buffet. There was a dessert pizza. There's Panago, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, and a Subway, and a 7-Eleven. Within half a kilometer. Well, if you're calling Little Caesars in that same radius, you got Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, Subway, A&W, the taco place, burrito something or other, is in that plaza. The Quality Foods, where they got the Chinese food takeout. I refuse to eat out like that unless I'm on a road trip. Yeah. What's a poutine? It's the most delicious food you've ever had in your life, which clearly you have not. Tim knows. When I eat lots of beans, I start poutine. Hey, Brian Beatty. Welcome to CC's. I don't know. Is that a joke? Fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Yeah. Guess if you include the whole thing up there, it's more than a half kilometer. It's more like half and another bit. It's like 5/8 of a kilometer. It's like a football field. It's like 2 football fields away. Little more than that. You need poutine made with fresh cut fries, cooked in peanut oil with fresh curds. It needs to come from a minor league hockey rink food stand. You don't need those things, but minor league hockey rink concession poutine, yeah. Costco poutine is like as close as you can get to minor league hockey rink poutine, and it is exceptional value. Brian Beatty has been there. What, CC pizza? Sounds like too much food for you. Oh yeah, you would have like two forkfuls and you'd be done. Costco poutine thoughts. I just gave them to you. Exceptional value, better quality than it should be for how much you're paying. Thanks for answering before you read it. Yep, I will, every time I go to Costco for my Henry Christopherson Anderson pretzels, I get a poutine at the food court. It's like $6 or something. And you probably get like $12 worth of cheese curds on that guy. Maybe not quite. You get like a whole pack like if you bought the cheese curds themselves that go on the Costco poutine, if you just bought that little baggie of cheese curds from like Walmart, it would be like $6 or $7. So basically, you're like buying the cheese curds and getting the fries and gravy for free. Had my first Costco poutine a few months back. It's good. It's surprisingly good. They use the Cavendish French fries, so like the slightly coated Cavendish fries. Lots of cheese curds, decent amount of gravy, and for the price that you're paying, I don't think there's better value out there. You gotta Google cheese curds. It's the best part of the cheese. Like when you're butchering a cheese, you get the slices when you go this way for your sandwich, and then you go this way and you get the curds. No, that's not how it works, but that sounds good. It is good. White or brown gravy? White gravy is not fucking gravy. Okay? You guys? I don't know how many times I have to tell you that that is not gravy. I agree. Butchering a cheese, that's what happens. Yeah, in order to get to the curd, you gotta butcher it properly to get to the curds section. I cracked up like curds are the best part of the cheese. Yeah. Especially if you go to a good cheese butcher and they know like how to maximize the cheese in order to get the most amount of curd. What's the best is if you can go hunting and get your own cheese, like a free range, and then you bring it to a cheese butcher. That's the best curd. Just don't bring Mikey B, because he has never successfully hunted anything. Oh. I miss getting top-notch free-range curds where I used to live. They make some good curds in Wisconsin, probably. Are you allergic to curds now? Are you allergic to cheese? I apologize that we're talking about delicious food that you can't eat. I believe free-range curds are the best. The whey can get a little gnarly. That's why you got to take it to a good cheese butcher. Go in the woods and find a cheese trail and you can pick up the curds fresh. Now, sometimes it's worth it. You just fight through. That's awesome. It's like, forget it. I'll deal with it. I'm going to Costco. Last time I was down that way, I had a poutine at the Costco in Langford. You could just go, like, if you're heading out of town towards Ladysmith, you take a right as if you're going up to Bear Mountain, and then your first left, that Costco there. But that was a while ago. But I feel like Costco's are kind of like standardized, probably. So you probably get the same poutine at all the Costco's. You just follow the dairy cows and they fall out the back. No. That's different. That's a different product. That one you don't put on French fries. But I think it is what they make white gravy out of. I was at Costco today. Hey! I lived right by there for about a year when I was working at the newspaper in Langford. I was living right around the corner from there. Sort of. Pretty close. Processed hay biscuits. Yeah, there. And they also get processed into white gravy that people put on actual biscuits. They take the processed hay biscuits, they turn it into gravy, and then they put it on real biscuits. And then they eat it with fucking grits, whatever that is. It's like corn husk, boiled corn husk or something. Somebody was going to send me some. I remember that. Somebody was supposed to send me some grits. Because I was like, there's no way that can be good. Scones. Yeah. Well, kind of scone-like. But I think they're more sort of like a southern biscuit is more like a baking soda biscuit, you know? Those kind. Like the kind of biscuit that you actually should eat as the top of a chicken pot pie. If that makes sense. Like the top of a chicken pot pie is what these people make into biscuits. My mom still makes them too, so I'm not like, I'm not bashing it. Cat head biscuits are big and fluffy. I imagine they would be, depending on the cat head that you use to make them. And how much air you whipped into it when you were mixing. This has been an interesting discussion again. It has gone in a lot of different directions. Sean, what'd you get at Costco today? It's a biscuit the size of the average cat's head. I guess that would make sense. Cat head biscuits are too hairy for you. Well, you gotta de-hair them before you make them into biscuits. Like, where are you getting your cat head biscuits? Your cat butcher isn't any good. Cat. That's a thing that I said. Yep. I cleaned my pool filter today. Nice. Good work. Is it a Viver? Did you get a Viver pool filter? Did you clean it with your Festool sander? Mr. Fancy Pants and his Festool sander over there? I don't even know how to clean a pool filter. I imagine you probably don't do it with a sander. Remember the thumb, you guys. Feels like more of you are watching than there are thumbs. Hit the like button, smash the bell, and then buy the mattress and play the Shadow Legends. Best Way filter. I assume since the pool says Best Way on it. You got a Best Way pool? Damn! It's nice to see how the other half lives. I don't even know if that's a good pool. Is that a good pool? Hell yeah, Raid Shadow Legends. I don't have any affiliation with Raid Shadow Legends. It's like the stereotypical, like, thanks to, who was it that sent me the headphones? Litme headphones. They don't pay me either, though. They just sent me free headphones. Custom Creations. At this point, Custom Creations is the only company that I actually generate any monetary value from talking about. Do you ever make axe/hatchet handles? I made this one. That one I made in a video. I left this hatchet out in the yard for far too long, and the handle just like rotted and fell apart. So I have a video on making this, what is it called? If I had a decent moderator, they could put a link in the chat. Refurbishing an old hatchet I left out in the rain or something. I don't remember what I call it. But yeah, that's my Sapili. That's got a nice shape. Yeah, basically I just like traced out the rotten one, and then I just kind of like added a little bit of sort of curviness, and then I like flared off the bottom. It's pretty okay. I like it. Wife wanted me to hook up the pressure washer to wash off the exposed bedrock next to the driveway. Told her she might get dirty. She looked like she ran a mutter fight. Nice. I will need to get with you on the templates I am sending you. You will need to get with me on the templates you're sending me. They're copies of the ones I used and just have a slight difference in them. I don't know what that means. It's a nice looking handle. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Doesn't get a lot of use. Don't see, Paul might have actually done it properly. Pinnell probably did not. Because let's remember that Pinnell is trying to get fired. And I am refusing. They are built for speed, efficiency. What are the templates? I'm going to be crushing out Telecasters left and right. Bennett is fixing a hatchet handle right now. You're fixing a hatchet handle? How are you fixing? I don't trust that. What are you fixing it with? You just driving a screw through a crack or something? Like, what are you doing? Pinnell just likes soup. Did he give the soup one? Usually he does the pork chop one. He does. I don't care what he says. He does like my French onion soup. It's like the only compliment that guy ever gave me. Ever. Duct tape fixes anything. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's like, I'm going to fix this axe handle, and I'm just going to wrap it in duct tape. You have to make a jig for your drill press? Really? You make me do work? You make me make something in order to use the thing that you made? Guess I'm not making any Telecasters, you guys. My buddy Seth, who was in today's video, would like a Telecaster. Maybe I'll make him one with the Paul Waldrop Guitars templates. I liked the French onion soup that I made following your recipe. I've never tried your soup. It's true. You did compliment me on the soup that you made with the recipe I provided. Well, I mean, okay, you complimented the soup. You're right. It's true. So still yet to receive a compliment from Chris Pinnell. CA gluing a couple small surface cracks and refinishing. So it's still structurally sound? Because CA glue ain't keeping that from flying apart. If it's not structurally sound. Unless you don't really use it that much. I mean, really, Sapele is probably not the best in terms of the modulus of elasticity and modulus of rupture of Sapele. It's probably not bad, but not ideal for a hatchet handle, I don't think. But it's a hatchet too, right? Like, it's not like a splitting axe. I could send you my old one and you could adjust it for your drill press. Oh, you just throw it in the box. I don't understand what kind of... And also keep in mind that my drill press doesn't uppy anymore. It only downs. That's not true. It does up and down. I just... Make sure you're recording when you test the axe, Mikey B. Is it a full-size axe that you're trying to hold together with CA glue, Mike? Because we may need to have a talk. It'll be fine. Hickory handle. Hickory is the wood that came off that hatchet that I left in the yard over a winter. It rotted pretty good out in the yard. Just kind of crumbled. So therefore, hickory is a garbage wood. You can't even leave it out in the yard for a year and a half and not have it just crumble. Your latest free one. What did he get for free now? Drill press? No, I think he paid. I think he paid for the drill press. It only downs. I'm imagining a drill press that gets closer to the floor. Yeah, I have to really think whether or not I need to use the drill press for this next operation, because if I do, it gets a little bit closer to the ground. It doesn't go back up. So, and then once it gets to the ground of the garage, I have to replace it. It's a one-directional drill press. There's remnants of a knot on the surface, so it's just an itty-bitty check in the surface. Somebody using wood with a knot in it to make an axe handle, and I mean, it'll be fine. Probably. You ever use Osage orange? I have not. I've heard things. I've heard good things. Southern folks call it Bodark, which is like an anglicized version of Bodar. B apostrophe. It's French. You're not supposed to leave your tools out in the yard. You just try to stop me. Do you use boiled linseed oil on the handles? This one I just did Custom Creations liquid wax, I think is all that one got. Hickory sticks are all right though. No, they're not. They're gross. They're terrible. And everybody should stop eating them. Why did I say surface twice? I don't know. Were you talking into your phone again and then hit send? Yeah, I bought the drill press. See, but it's still fun. It's still fun to just assume that you got it for free. I turn Osage orange on the lathe. I have never done such a thing. Maybe my friend Paul, who is sending me a box of random things, can throw a chunk of Osage orange in there. Doesn't it grow down there like weeds? You know the Cajuns are French? Well, they were. Just realized my Domino's is open until 2 a.m. here. You would have ordered more? You often need pizza at 1 o'clock and you thought they were closed? Scroll forward to the live video. See, he's not going to see that if he's back in the video until he gets to now. Let me see if I have some Bois d'Arc. You probably do. You probably got a scrap laying around someplace. You just go take down your neighbors. Not much open here after 9 to 10 o'clock. Yeah, here either. There are a couple of things, but it's already an axe handle. It's 2-inch long. A 2-inch long axe handle. It's 2-inch long, 1/64 wide, left to right zigzag, or maybe 36/8,006 deep. It'll be fine. Probably. I knew you were talking about it already, but you were fixing an already axe handle. But I'm just confused as to why someone would have used a piece of wood that had a knot in it to manufacture that axe handle in the first place. I'm gonna go now. All right. Bye. You don't want fresh Osage orange. It's filled with a sticky, milky sap. Leaving it alone. Leaving that alone. Look at me being a grown up. I'm going to have myself one of my dirty smokerettes and remind you that you can financially support what I do here on the channel at patreon.com/woodenthings and stuff. Like many of you, how many people are here? There's like probably most of you already do, actually. At least like a third of the people here are already doing that. And they can talk about the value of doing that. Right? You guys? The extreme value you get over there that you could talk about. Don't make me take the Raid Shadow Legends like ad opportunity when it comes my way. I'll have to. Is that even still a game? I'm going to get my corn dog. Okay, we'll see you in a bit maybe. Don't you have to go back to work? Weren't you on a work break? How long a break you get at work? Always forget to check in over there and add some comical goodness. Well, you're missing out. There's some benefits. Usually, bonus music happens over there fairly often. Or when I went to go busking at the community event thing, I put a couple of videos of that up there. You did answer questions over there once. I did. I answer questions over there a lot. A lot. Just only once that you're referencing. Because I wanted to start doing a Q&A, and then nobody gave a shit. So I was like, okay, I guess I won't do that. I'm not going to continue to do things that nobody gives a shit. It's not true. Nobody gives a shit when I put music out either, but I'm going to keep doing that. But that makes me happy. Doing the Q&As didn't really make me happy. That was supposed to be for other people. But then nobody gave a shit. So I work for myself by myself. I take a break when I want for as long as I want. And then all the way to the bank. Like a fox. What do you do that you get to work for yourself by yourself and take breaks whenever you want? I mean, Pinnell does that too, but that's because he's union. Hey, just kidding. I work when I want, take a break when I want, as long as I work 80 hours a week. Fabricator. What do you fabricate? If I don't work, I don't get paid. Well, that's true. That's the downfall of working for yourself. Is that you only have yourself to blame if the work doesn't get done and you don't get paid. You're not union? Vanilla, you're not union? Really? Okay. I was. It was just supposed to be funny anyway, but I never would have guessed that at all. Currently, supper dry washer for gold recovery. What? Sup? What the shit is a supper dry washer? Oh, is it like mining equipment? Okay. Is it really recovery? Are you really like when you're mining gold? Are you recovering it? You're not really recovering. It's not like it had been lost and now you are going to go recover it. Be extraction. Wouldn't that be extraction? I guess maybe it's a different thing. Maybe you're not talking about mining equipment. Gold recovery would be like extracting the gold out of things that have gold in them, and now you're recovering the gold out of the object. I'm management. My employees are in the union. Oh, I didn't know that you were in charge. They let you be in charge of people? Can't spell, and I didn't make up the words. Yeah. Computer hardware has a lot of gold in it, especially old CPU. And that would be what I would consider gold recovery. Is if you're taking things that have gold in them and sucking the gold out of it. I still can't believe they let Pinnell be in charge of people. Super dry washer. And actually, it is mining more than recovery. Okay. Going to Domino's. All right. Later, Matt. Haven't eaten today. Yeah, me neither. I got peanut butter pretzels. Like I said, after this, I'm going to just probably crush a couple of hot dogs and then head to bed. Yeah. And yes, I would watch the rest of the show when not live in times like this. Well, we'll just you're at an hour and a half. So when you come back and watch the rest of it, you don't get to skip the first hour and a half. You have to watch it from the beginning. And you have to wait like 2 days until like the upload after the live finishes so that you can see all of the chats that are happening. If you watch a live show that isn't live within the first like day, you don't get to see all of the chats and it doesn't make as much sense. Tim's coming back in a little bit, apparently. Because he said burb. And that's what that means. I don't know how much show, honestly, I have in me tonight. Because I am hungry and I do need to eat. I guess, it's a little messy over there. I could clean now. I'm not going to clean it up and then make food. I'll go use my actual kitchen. So dry washer is like the slough, but air blown. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what it is. A dry washer is like a dry cleaner. They clean things, but not with water or something. Never really understood dry cleaners. Like how you clean stuff without wet. But Jonathan James says that is correct. So I don't know how you clean things without wet. Unless you just like blowing compressed air at something. It cleans it kind of. I don't think that's what they do to like suit jackets though. I don't think they just like hit them with a leaf blower. Call it dry cleaning. Aerodynamically gravity separation. I believe you. It's just not water. And that's what makes it dry. So it's other liquids, but not water. So they can call it dry. That seems like false advertising. I feel like if it's still wet, you shouldn't be able to call it dry cleaning. Dry cleaning is a process that cleans clothes and fabrics using a liquid solvent other than water. If it's using a liquid solvent, it's not dry anything. Dry cleaning and they use a liquid. That's false advertising. I'm going to take something to the dry cleaner. I'm going to say, don't you dare get this wet. I want to watch you dry clean this. And if it gets wet, for every wet that it gets, I punch you. Too many fancy words. I think he's just playing in the sandbox with Tonka trucks and saying he's gold mining. I think that might be what he's doing. He's not gold mining, he's gold recovering. He's got the one that has the backhoe scoop, the little Tonka truck that has the backhoe scoop on the front of it. False advertising. I don't. Technically, it wouldn't be wet because it's not water. So, if I dump a gallon of mineral spirits on you, you're not going to say that you're wet. Let's say it's like 10 gallons. I dump a 10-gallon bucket of Varsol on you. You wouldn't consider yourself wet? Liquid CO2 is a farce also. Carbon dioxide is the only material in existence that naturally has only two states of matter, gaseous and solid. Isn't that what dry ice is? Isn't that just solid CO2? Tonka trucks indeed. Yep. I still wouldn't use the phrase wet because it's mineral spirits. Be hyper mineralized. That's how you would say it too. You'd be like, damn, you hyper mineralized me. Damn you mineralized, you got me all mineralized. I'm back taking some curtains for dry cleaning this week. No, you're not. You're not, though. No, I've become thoroughly saturated by this fluid. And another way of saying that moist cleaning. We did waterless. I don't think you should be able to call it dry cleaning if it's still wetting something. Just call it like waterless cleaning or something. It's not dry. This is only liquid form when under pressure. Normally CO2 goes directly from solid dry ice to gas at 118 Fahrenheit's. Probably you're using like an idiot. It's like if I was working in the yard and I got all sweaty, I wouldn't say that I was wet because you're covered in sweat. You'd say you're sweaty. But if I dumped a bucket of solvent over you, you wouldn't say I'm solventy. My son, the chemist, left for work. Well, we're just talking about how dry cleaning shouldn't be called that if it wets your clothes. Shouldn't be able to call something dry if it involves wetting something. When I was in the Marines, my MOS, Master of Science, was cryogenics. We made liquid oxygen and liquid nitrogen. I feel like I would say I'm all solventy. You probably would. Actually, honestly, you probably would say, oh, geez, I got all solventy. You probably would say that. It's an ancient Chinese secret. It's not. It's just lies. Dry cleaning is a lie. And that's all there is to it. And I'm going to go with a suit jacket to a dry cleaner. I'm going to get them to let me watch. And I'm going to get mad at them when they make it wet. Master of MOS, Master of Solvents. Sure. The second part, William Clement. The second part of the process is the drying, where the dirt evaporates off. See, if part of the process is the drying, then the cleaning part is not. I mean, it's wet. Okay, wait. I get you. Hold on. If the dirt is, if the actual cleaning is during the drying process, okay, so they wet the dirty thing. And then in order for it to become clean, they need to then dry the wet off of it. So I guess it is cleaning by drying and therefore dry cleaning. But I think I'm going to stand by my assertion that dry cleaning is a lie because it wets your clothes. If they make my clothes wet during the dry cleaning process, it is not dry cleaning. This is the thing. It's like there are not very many facts. Undisputable. If something gets wet during the process, it cannot be called a dry process. So there. It has been declared. And also, don't buy anything from Varathane. Still clean Braille. What? Oh, hold on. Hey, Braille Gamer's back. Hello. Saw you're live and would like some advice. We've seen what happens when that happens, right? It's been 2 months and almost 2 weeks. Yay! But I've been having extreme insomnia. What do you think is the reason? I am not a good person for advice about sleep, because I've always gone the other way. I've had a problem keeping myself from sleeping when I need to. The wrong human being. I think I would only be able to say that my thoughts on it is that you're not allowing yourself to get exhausted enough to sleep. I'm not asleep. Like I said, I go the other way. I oversleep. I'll sleep instead of doing other stuff. But anytime I have had problems sleeping, it's because I didn't engage in enough things to exhaust myself. So just like when I do have trouble sleeping is because I spent the entire day like staring at my phone or the computer screen or the TV or whatever, and I didn't put it out enough physical exertion. The only times I've ever had problems sleeping is when I haven't been able to physically exert, when I haven't not been able to, I've decided not to physically exert myself for a period of time. But I don't know if that is applicable to your situation. If you're physically exerting yourself and releasing the energy that is inside you, stayed up all night a few nights ago. Thought they used Verithanwa to dry clean. They probably do, because it's garbage. You might as well use it to dry clean. Everything Varathane makes is just... Do you have it quitting stuff? No, like I said, I did the other way. When I was getting off of substances, and every time I have quit substances, it's gone the other way. I can't be motivated to do anything because I was concerned that by going out and doing things, I would go to the store or the guy or whatever. And so I would just go to sleep instead. Oh, glitch. Maybe it's anxiety. There's a lot of shitty things happening. So yeah, I don't blame people who are having problems sleeping and can't get their mind to shut off. Because let's face it, there's a lot of shitty things happening in the world. And it's easy to let your brain... But a lot of those things you cannot have any impact on. And one of the things that I have been trying to do personally as a human being is not grow concerned or I want to say not concern myself with it. I am still concerned about them, but not allow the negative things happening in the world that are outside of my control negatively impact me. And it's easier said than done, but I have been working on that personally, and I'm getting better. A lot of times when I wake up, it feels like it takes everything I have to get out of bed, and I feel weak. I think that's just being a human being. Sometimes I feel like that's just the standard. Not to downplay or minimize that thought or that feeling, but I have that a lot. You get a sleep study. Peckerwood's got a good idea. You can go get a sleep study. Maybe you have an actual, like, physical or mental condition that is hindering your ability to sleep. Unfortunately, I think you live in the United States, so you can't just go get one of those, like, for nothing, probably. Um, in Canada, I could just go get one of those. Especially, I could get one even quicker and freer. No, not freer, but um, actually, in the States, you may be able to. Not all universities are, well, I was going to say they're not all bastions of capitalism, but they, um, every decent university in Canada, I think, has like a sleep science department, or at least a lot of them do. And you can just sign up and be part of a. I mean, they're going to research on you, like they're going to document and use it for their studies and stuff. But we had one at Thompson Rivers University, which is quite a small educational institution, and we had a sleep science lab. Pinnell, you guys got a sleep science lab? I may be just talking out my ass and not actually knowing, but I assume that when a small ass school like Thompson Rivers University has one, that maybe that's a thing that a lot of universities have. Peckerwood's got apnea. Mm-hmm. Stop breathing every minute. My the best friend in the world, Dave, has sleep apnea. A dog just got surgery for removing a cancer tumor. Ooh, 7:45 alarm. I've been helping him in recovery, but even the simple things are so hard because I'm exhausted and weak. Yeah. Sleep is important. Sleep is probably, I'm not a scientist, but if I was, I would definitively say, no, I wouldn't. I think sleep is more important for you than food. Insurance companies will pay for a sleep study. At least most will here in the States. Oh, okay. There you go. Steve's saying that insurance companies. So if you have insurance, I imagine they would only pay for insured sleep studies for their insured people. Did actually get decent sleep last night. Yeah, that's nice. Good, decent nights. I mean, I won't say that all of my sleep is high quality, but I don't have a problem sleeping. Sometimes I am not well rested after I sleep, but very, 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 very infrequently have I ever been unable to fall asleep. Sure, the other university here with the medical school has one. Well, that's the thing is TRU did not have a medical program. That's why I just assumed, like, there ain't no doctors coming out of Thompson Rivers University. He's like 15 and we've had him since I was 4. That is a stressful, that sucks. All right. Bye, Jonathan. Have fun playing with your Tonka trucks in the sand. Recovering gold. Sounds like fun, though. I would play with Tonka trucks in the dirt. With the little... But the old Tonka trucks, like the 80s Tonka trucks that were actually like made of metal. And like sometimes you catch yourself on a corner and it would cut you. Like those old school Tonka trucks that were like actually dangerous if they got like an edge curled up or whatever. Wear the stupid CPAP mask. Yeah, my buddy Dave has one of those too. I should probably go get a sleep study myself. Go to the local university and be like, you guys got a sleep lab, right? And they look at me like I'm an idiot because apparently that's not a thing. I have a hard time staying asleep too, and I wake up still feeling tired. I won't infrequently. I will not infrequently wake up spontaneously. I often get the startled wake up at like a random hour, just thinking you're late for something. I get that, where like I'll just like sit bolt upright and like grab my phone and look at the clock, thinking like I've slept in, I'm late for work, and it'll be like 2:57, and now my adrenaline's going, so it takes a few minutes to actually get back to sleep, because like you wake up in a panic thinking you're late for whatever. I get that once in a while. So glad I don't have to use CPAP. They made me take a sleep test when I had my knee replaced and found I don't have it. Well, yeah, because you're more metal, you're more machine than man at this point. They were like, we've given him so many mechanical parts. Like he's barely human at this point. Like the definition starts to get a little bit. They stick 100 wires on your face and head and say, go to sleep. I would be able to, I guarantee. They could stick whatever they want on my head. My head hits a pillow. As long as I do have a sleep problem, in that I have a very difficult time, like borderline impossible, sleeping sitting up. Like I can fall asleep. If I lay down, I can fall asleep. But like sitting upright in a chair, that's why like long plane rides, bus trips, stuff like that have always been like everybody around me would be like just sleeping, and I just can't. I can't sleep sitting up. So Speaking of work, I haven't seen the boss here for a while. Yeah, she got sick of this. She's popped in a few times here and there, but my husband's CPAP mask is damaged and they won't replace it unless he gets another sleep study because greedy effers. Well, apparently I've decided that you can just go to any university and just get a free sleep study. I don't know why I decided that. You go to the University of Pittsburgh and you go to the sleep science lab and you just write down your name and they give you a bed and you just... I did the at-home sleep test, just a tube in the nose and a pulse clamp on a finger. That sounds terrible. I'd rather have the wires stuck on my head than a nose nozzle. I feel like my biggest issue quitting weed for over 2 months now is not sleeping good and feeling out of it like perma highs all the time. I think that at this point, it's more of a sleep problem than a weed problem, my friend. After a couple months of not weed or like chemical, whatever your chemical dependence is, after a couple months of that, like it's other things are the problem. So I think for you, it's probably like you need to figure out your sleeping issue. And it could be a depression thing, or like a neurodivergent thing that has never been like there's lots of things that it could be that are the lack of sleep, the inability to sleep is yet another symptom of another thing that needs to be addressed, which that thing that is the sleep problem is a symptom of could have also led to the weed wondering if it's a major depressive disorder and anxiety. Like I said, it could be a thing that needs to be, you could be needing to go further down the line into. I had not choice. Stomach cancer, they removed half of it. That's why he can't eat any food. He can only eat like little bits of food. And that's why we make fun of him for that. Because he survived stomach cancer and now we make fun of him, how much food he can eat. Because we're just good friends like that. Mike, first class. Hey, that's me. That's Mike, first class. I don't know what she's referencing, but had the gastric surgery so I can relate. Cancer wouldn't be the best way to do it. Best diet I ever had. Speaking of bad ways to... Best diet I ever had. Got right hammered drunk in university. I'm walking down the set. Have I told the story about smashing my face? The first time I smashed my face, the last time I smashed my face, I quit drinking. The first time, was it the first time? One of the other times that I smashed my face. Concrete steps at the university at the dorms. And I'm walking from dorm to dorm. We're partying and having a good old time. And I've got a beer in each hand, glass bottles. And I turn the corner and I start down the steps, outdoor concrete steps down the side of a building. And I catch my foot on the top of the first step of about 14, and I was moving. And so my first reaction as I'm falling over is to save the beer, right? So I went Supermaning down the stairs, and I saved the beer and went chin first into the concrete at the bottom of the stairs and smashed all of this right up in here. Bang. And smashed, like, again, could have died. Smashed all of this nonsense and had to have my jaw wired shut. And best diet best weight loss plan ever. Break your face and have it wired shut for like a couple of months. I was living off Carnation instant breakfast and bouillon, and I lost a lot of weight. Mike's Wooden Things and Medical Advice. This is not medical advice. I will legally disclose that under no circumstances should anything that I say on this show be considered legal or medical advice. I can only speak to my own lived experience and the information that I have either received through research or experience or conversations that I've had with people. I can pass that information on to other people as information that I have received and the source from which I received it. I went to a sleep conference. I did a story when I was a journalist at university, worked for the university newspaper. I was the editor of my university newspaper. And I did a story on a sleep conference that was happening at the university. And I attended a lot of seminars and things about different aspects of sleep. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not a sleep specialist. I'm not a scientist. Did you see my last comments? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe I did. Wait, I'm back over here now. When I smoked, I didn't have depression, I don't think, but I had anxiety and maybe paranoia. But the term depression does not equal sad. These two people conflate these two ideas. People think about the term depression as sadness. Some people who are depressed are also sad. Some sadness comes from depression, but depression does not equal sadness, and nor does it go the other way. So depression can manifest in ways that are not sadness. It can be anxiety and paranoia things and other negative impacts. So I'm wondering if maybe weed was helping because I smoked the strains that were meant for depression. Again, now we have to look at what the term helping really means. It could be helping the symptoms of the depression. It wasn't helping the depression. It was helping mitigate the effects of the depression or whatever is the cause of the problems. So my drinking was not the cause of or the solution to my happiness and sadness and everything else. It was a symptom of, it was a reaction to, it was a masking of, it was a way to avoid the. I think regardless, I'm going to keep trying for at least, yeah. And I would recommend looking into the potential that the weed use was the use of the chemical was in order to mitigate or minimize an underlying condition, as opposed to the other way around. Marvo, what's up, my friend? It depends on what the meaning of the word is. The word is. Did he actually say that? It feels like he probably actually said that. Sleep is important. Sleep is absolutely important. Mike stops smoking 2026. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I had Paul pictured as a skinny little guy with robot knees. I still have him pictured like that. Robot knees and ankles, and like a third of a stomach. I think I'm going to go get some now. Some sleep? Is that what we're talking about? Sleep? Okay. Just taking that out of context. I think I'm going to go get some now. Imagine if we could post photos here. I don't want to imagine that at all. One robot knee, two robot ankles, one robot elbow, and a partridge in a pear tree. And I told him to just get a wheel. I told him when they were doing that the last time he did an ankle thing, I was like, just have him lop it off and put a fucking caster on there. And then he didn't take my advice. This is what happens when you don't take my advice. I told him, just have him put a caster or a wheel on there. And he didn't have him do that. And then the damn thing was a mess. It got infected like 47 times, and they had to put new bits in it, and they had to replace the different parts, and then a gasket blew. Thanks for the advice. This was not advice. None of what I just said was advice, legally speaking. They won't do a wheel? Well, not with that attitude. You didn't even ask. Don't lie to me. You know what sucks? Yeah. I have to take an antibiotic before I go to the dentist because of the knee. I believe you. It's because, like, they got to shut off the electrical current or something. They don't want. I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue. Yep. And don't call me Shirley. Mike, MD. Not medical advice. Absolutely not. Don't take medical advice or legal advice or nutritional advice from this guy. Not medical advice. No, not legal advice either. There was nothing advice. There was no advice given. I was just saying words. The words just. Son, you ever seen a grown man naked? It's been a long time since I've seen Airplane. I should watch that again. That's the first time. Okay, this is going to be weird. You guys ready for weird? The thing I most vividly remember about that movie, probably because of my age at the time, was the titties. When everybody was freaking out and it was just like boop, boop, boop by the front of the screen. I don't know how old I was, but I was like, damn! Like, I can still vividly picture them. Now we're just going to do airplane quotes. So, doctor, I was on the internet and a man with a beard in his garage diagnosed me with, and he said I could come here and get a sleep study for free. This is a university, right? And then somebody else said that insurance companies pay for it. I'm going to have another cigarette. We are off there are no rails on this show, but if there were, we would be off them. I'll be right back. We certainly went there tonight. We went in all kinds of directions tonight. I do think it's pretty funny that I randomly made reference to one very specific retail establishment in a specific location. And Sean McGill was at that retail establishment earlier today. Or was it yesterday? Like this week. Like, I gave him directions to it and everything, and he was like, yeah, no, I was just there. So you go up the highway as if you're going to Ladysmith, and you take a right as if you're going up to Bear Mountain. He's like, no, I just came back from there. It was a few hours ago. Yeah. Man on the internet in his garage said I could get a sleep study done here, and I'm not leaving until you do. And you better not make me wet, because this dry cleaning is not a... Everyone's still clothed. You don't know that everyone... I am, but most of these people are not, I don't think. I think they... All these guys are just taking their clothes off and getting them packed up to go to the dry cleaner. Thought McGill had moved off the island now. No, he just got here. Like a year ago? He literally just finished, he closed on his house like a couple months ago. You got that shop rocking yet, Sean? You been turning? You using the sled, the wedgie sled? What's it called? Yeah, you would have told me. You would have told me if you'd used the wedgie sled and made a thing. Shop is in place. Just haven't turned yet. Moved here last August. I thought I was about right. About a year ago. Debating if I get a new table saw before I set up the wedgie sled thing. There's no reason not to. It's an investment in your children's future. Right? I mean, if you're gonna get a new table saw, if you're gonna get a new table saw, do it before you set up the wedgie thing, because it is, you set up the sled to your saw. So if you're on the fence about it, yeah, makes sense. Thought he had moved to BC instead of to the island. Yeah, no, he just down the street, about 3.5 hours. Did you turn right at the broken tree? I didn't. He needed to turn right to get to the Costco. There's probably a broken tree there. Back already? Yeah, you did say that you were going to sleep. You missed us. You tried to go to sleep and you were like, no, I can't leave. You know what would help? Is those sheets that we were talking about a while back. Not sure if I should go with a mid-size saw stop. Yes. This is I'm a vote. Yeah. PCS. 3 horsepower. You don't need the 3 horsepower. PCS 1.75. Get the 3. PCS 3 horsepower. Last table saw you'll ever buy, probably. I'm also just over here building a Lego Technic motorcycle. That guy. We have Clarence, Roger. What's our vector? Victor? What? Is that a quote from something? I might do it. I've wanted for so long. Afraid the increase will be significant. Are they going up again? Well, everything's always going up. So yeah, this time probably. If there's going to be a significant increase, it's going to be this one. I have to upgrade my service for I can do 3 horsepower. Do 175. It's still lots. I got a 175 on this guy. I have once, maybe, I bogged down the blade and it wasn't enough for it to not be cutting. And it was because the blade was dull as shit and covered with pitch. The Job Site Pro and the 1.75 contractor models. Don't get either one of those. Get the good one. You got the space. He's only doing the little guys because he doesn't have the space. The 3 horse is 500 more than the 175. But what is that, though, in the grand scheme of things? Are we talking about the difference between $35,000 and $4,000? Or are we talking about $2,000 to $25,000? No, it's more than that. $3,000 to $35,000. Like, look at it as a percentage game. $500 more on a $4,000 saw. If you're paying $4,000, but you could get twice as many horsepowers for an extra $500, it's different than it's saying, an extra $500 on a $1,500 saw is a more significant increase. It's an airplane quote. Well, of course it is, because that's what we're doing tonight. I don't remember the movie that well because I was too focused on the breastises. I've seen it since then, but I have 220 in my shop, just one connection, and my bandsaw gets that one. I don't have any 220 in here. I want one that has mobile base, not making cabinets, just small stuff for turning projects and doodads. Well, then you need the 3 horsepower saw saw. It's an investment in your children's future. Three horsepower with 36-inch fence and a router top. Currently $5,000. So after its upcoming increase, it'll be probably 7. Because why wouldn't it be? Johnny, what do you make of this? Marv, is that like one of your favorite flicks, that one? You know that whole movie? Like I said, I should watch that again. The 3 horsepower is a good choice. Don't go for the 5. Nobody needs a 5 horsepower table saw. Nobody watching this show needs a 5 horsepower table saw. I was looking at getting the saw strap. Contractor table saw. I have no experience with the SawStop contractor table saw. However, every contractor table saw that I have ever used or seen in person, my rigid hybrid table saw is better than. Have you seen any since? Yes. Saw your mom's. Mm-hmm. Seven horsepower table saw is bonkers. Yes, it absolutely is. Like I said, I have a 1.75 from Rigid, and it's done everything I've asked of it. And you could feel a couple of times that it was not a big fan, but the blade was dull as shit and it was covered in pitch, and I was ripping full 8/4 hard maple, and it didn't like that. So mobile base is back in stock, may have to reevaluate. I'm telling you, it's an investment in your future. In your children's future. Now the man giving out free medical and legal advice is bullying us about our mother. I wasn't bullying anybody about their mother. I was just saying that I have seen not going to repeat what I said, but there was no bullying involved. It's an investment in your retirement and in your children's future. And if you want to teach your children woodworking, they should have the safest equipment and the best operating equipment. You should give them the best experience possible so that they fall in love with the making and the using of their hands, and they help make the world a better place. Feels like a bag of sand. Need to teach my daughter to turn a pen. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Or you could pay me to. Next time you guys are coming up, you schedule it. You're coming up to the Comox Valley to visit the in-laws or whoever it is. I think it's the in-laws in the valley. You plan it around one of the weekends that I'm doing the pen turning class, and you come hang out at the shop. I'll teach her how to turn a pen. Seems like a bad use of resources when you are qualified to do that. To pay me to do it seems like maybe not the best financial decision. But it'd still be fun. You hang out, and if there aren't a bunch of other students, like maybe you like, we'll just set up an extra lathe and you can just go spin in the corner, and I'll teach you how to turn a pen, and you can just make something. Anyone use the normal mobile base for a soft stop? Seems easy choice to get the 4-wheel upgrade. What's the normal one? Is it not 4 wheels? Is it like a 3? Is it like it's on 2 wheels and then this one has like a push, like a down, like an uppy downy? Uppy down. I don't know what the normal one is, so I don't know. Could be like teaching you're supposed to drive. Always better to have someone else do it. I don't know, maybe. Well, and I mean, I don't want to horn toot, as they say, but there's also something to be said for paying someone who has already taught numerous other people how to teach the thing. Because although some people are fully qualified to do a thing, it is different to teach the thing than to do the thing. So, not in all circumstances, but oftentimes. Like, it took me quite a few times teaching it to figure out how to teach it. Two wheels and a foot lever with a wheel. Right. Okay. Teaching is as much of a skill as the skill itself. I agree with that sentiment. There certainly is a learning curve to teaching anything. The first time anybody teaches anything, they are not good at it. I don't think. Just listen to him over here tooting away. I specifically said that I wasn't. It's like if you preface something by saying like, not to, I said, I am not tooting a horn. I am not horn tooting, but off I go. All right, later, Paul. See you next week, probably. Says the man in his garage giving out medical advice. Well, as a fully qualified doctor of medicine, is there not a disclaimer scrolling across the bottom of the screen at all times? Because it's supposed to be there. And legal advice. Not, yeah, I'll punch your mom. I am not at all doing this. Continues doing it. You I could punch. You're just over there. And I don't drink anymore, so I could drive. And I'm going to see you on Monday. You look out. You get ready to duck. You. Just said the phone number to your medical office law firm. That's where it's. Yeah. Mike's medical and law. My mom would kick your ass. What? Yeah, because your mom is a Viking or something, isn't she? Or is your wait? How old are you? Is your mom the criminal that was sent from the UK from Britain on the boat? Dude, you just pointed to the ocean. No, I didn't. Remember, everything's backwards because YouTube sucks. I pointed at your house. But YouTube sucks and refuses to flip things properly. So my mom is the Viking. Oh, your mom's the Viking. Pretty sure Jax's parents are like, well, I think he's half hill giant. But right country, wrong guy. Oh, whatever. All you Australians are the same. You Australians are all just a bunch of Viking criminals. Anyway, I forgot the feed is backwards. Well, that's because YouTube is stupid. From here, you point it to the ocean. Well, you need to get your. I think maybe that's it for tonight. I think we've probably had enough of this nonsense. It has gone in a few different directions, and I don't regret a single second of it. But I do have to eat some more substantial food than peanut butter filled pretzel bites, and then get off to bed because I gotta work again tomorrow. I don't normally work Sundays, but I gotta go man the Crow's Nest Artist Collective table at the downtown farmers market. So that's a thing. And if you guys have not yet gone and watched the video that came out today, it is a song. It is an original composition that I wrote and then performed with my friend Mikey B over in the chat room there, and my other buddy Seth, who isn't a good enough friend of mine to actually watch this show. And yeah, we'll see you next week if you come back. And make sure you hit the thumb button before we finish tonight, unless you already did, in which case it'll take away your thumb, I think, maybe. But whatever. Patreon.com/wooden things and stuff is where you can chip in financially. If you aren't already, most of you are. And I appreciate it. So stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. Bye for now. I hope you get a restful night's sleep and you don't wake up spontaneously in a panic thinking you're late for something. Because that sucks when that happens. And I hope nothing else bad happens to you.